Hello everybody, it's Silta Zayor again. We are on part 3 of our PvP Sages for healing. Let me do a little wave. Hi everybody! Oh my god, so nice to see you again. Well, not really see you, but you know what I mean. So now we are going to be going. Last we had off was healing for single allies. Now we're going to be doing heals for multiple allies. Alright, so the first one we're going to start off talking about is your salvation. And this is salvation right here. The good thing about salvation is that you can do up to 30 meters, as you can see right here. I'm moving it around. It doesn't have to be in one spot. Um, what salvation does now that's different than in 3.0 is that there's a casting, as you can see. Once you lay it down, and you leave from it, as you can see, I'm still being healed. So what that means is you do not have to stay in the little area where you cast it. And you can leave and still be healed. That's the best thing about that. I mean, if you're still going to be healed, leave, and there you go. Okay, very nice. The next one is Wandering Men. This is also a ally heal. Now we talked about this before on rotations and stuff like that. What this, as I said before, it heals up to 4 people, up to 20 meters for 30 seconds, and it jumps around 3 times. Alright, can't do it now, don't have a really ally, so I can't really show you. Sorry. So, now after Wandering Men is you have your Force Wave. Now, we talked about Force Wave before when we were on our first little episode for Psychic Diffusion. What the Force Wave, what this does is Force Waves heals up to you and up to 7 allies for 760 to 1341 health. Alright, I can show you what it does right here. Alright, ready, and there you go. You see a little swirl, and then you see 927 health restored, even though I'm already at full health right now. Now that is basically your AoE heals. Not a lot, you only get 3. Sad. Right. Something I do want to touch on real quick, it's not necessarily PvP. Now you have your revival. This is more for your PvE. Alright, so I just wanted to say that real quick so people don't think it's there's nothing there. Alright. Now we're gonna be doing damage. Now sages, we are not a hand-to-hand person. This right here is just an accessory, and as you can see, my accessory has a little light coming out from it and little ripples. Ain't it pretty? Alright, we do not do up close and person. We are more of a range. That's the clue. That's for all sages. We are more range. But sage healers, our damage is just more for backup. It gives you that extra little push to get them to take out the enemy. So now we're gonna start off with Weaken Mind. What Weaken Mind is, it targets the enemy's mind, and it deals up to 3,600 internal damage over 18 seconds. This is really good because it just keeps on taking away for that 18 seconds. And that just kind of sucks for them because even if they heal themselves within that 18 seconds, they're still going to lose health. Alright. Next one is Mind Crush, which is right beside it. What this is targets the mind again. Instantly dealing 1900 to 2091 kinetic damage, and then it does an additional 2900 kinetic damage over 6 seconds. Also a good thing. Alright. Like I said, this is more to help out. We are mostly healers. That's what for seers. We mostly just do the, your heals and everything, Now the next one is Disturbance. Love this just because once I a whole opening video, or not the opening video, but one of the videos for Star Wars, you have Satil and she does her little uh, uh, disturbance. She like does a little thing on that Darth dude, and awesome. It's Satil's like a healer sass shadow because she's got the double lightsaber, yet she can do her healing and everything. Very awesome. She's like the bomb diggity. Yes, I know, crazy. And once again, that's my nervous coming out. Of an AoE attack is your Force Quake. And you can see here. See, look at that. It is awesome. Little rocks. It don't all look good with it, you know. This alpha looks so rocks and everything. But basically what that is, I like to use it if I am on like a Nova Coast or on Civil War on Alderaan, or if we have or your Void Star or something like that. If you have them trying to plant the bomb, if you have multiple people doing it, what it does is you get an area effect, lay it down, and it disrupts them all. Um, and it's really good because they won't be able to recover. They can keep on trying, but don't. And this lasts. Um, let's see. For about 5 seconds. Very awesome. Love it. And also, what it does, it also, if you have a stealth around you, and well, you just lay that around you, and if they're within you, it makes them pop out. It decloaks them. All right. Next, you have your projectile, which is basically you get a big boulder and you chunk it at somebody or something. Love it. I mean, if you ever saw Star Wars, can't remember. I think it's the second one. Basically, you have Yoda. He gets this big little metal and throws it. That's basically what you do. And then you have your telekinetic throw. It deals up to 5,000 damage, kinetic damage, and consumes 40 of your force and everything. So now for your cooldowns for healing. What these are, it just helps with the healing and everything, and just all around everything. You have your Olympic seconds. For PvP, mental velocity is also for interrupt immunity. And the time for it is immediately after gaining full resolve. Next is your force potency. It buffs you to true charges of plus 60% critical chance of direct heals or force attacks. This buff lasts for 20 seconds. For PvP, resolve force potency for emergency or burn. Basically use it for if you want to get somebody out right away, or if you want to enforce an emergency. The priority healing for force potency is in general healing trance, force mend, deliverance, or benevolence, and then wandering mend. Um, avoid rejuvenation because its small immediate heal can consume a charge. Um, For dealing damage to one or more enemies with force potency, use force quake. Alright, and now we have our other abilities. Now we're going to start off with Noble Sacrifice. What this is, like I said before, it takes away your health, and so you can gain more force. Like I said, I don't like using it, especially in PvP, because if you're a healer, you'll be the #1 target. Our next is, where is it? There we go. Cloud Mind. Cloud Mine, as it says, clouds the minds of your enemies. This is not really PvP, so I don't think much into it. One thing I love doing because I like pulling tricks on, you know, some of my guildies and everything. Um, especially ones that get freaked out by it. They just get so scared. Don't know why. It's actually like a roller coaster ride, just a short one. Just like a woo. But what this is, rescue. Pretty much, if you're you got people in a bind, then what you need to do is pull them away. It pulls them away real fast. Love it. You got to cool down basically a minute. Your next is going to be force barrier. What this does, love this. This is going to be your bread and butter to protect you. You got to cool down of 3 minutes, but that's okay. Force barrier. Once you put it on you, it will. You can't be touched. You can't be touched by knockbacks, or attacks, or stuns, or anything of the sort. You won't be touched. You just basically have a field around you like this, and then nothing can touch you. And you are pretty much looking at your ultimate shield, and it lasts for about 8 seconds. And you still got the little pretty halo around you. It's so pretty. Um, well, let's read what it does. Projects a force barrier around you, granting immunity to all control damage and negative effects while channeled. This ability does not respect the global cooldown and can be used while controlled. While you are protected by the force barrier, charges will build up and grant enduring bastion and shield that absorption and an amount of damage based off of the charges that are represented when force barrier ends. It gives you a little bit of health also. But also what I love about this is that if you are stunned, then you can jump out of it real quick with this, and you don't have to use your force of will. Let's see here. I'm looking for force empowerment. Don't know if I have that on here. Like I said, some of the stuff I don't know about, which I'm sorry. Oh, that's Fonda. Oh, there's Force Empowerment. Totally skipped that. I'm sorry, everybody. But the increase basically increases primary stats and endurance by 10% for 10 seconds for Operation Groups members within 40 meters. Gives you the extra leg up. Um, so now that's pretty much all really I have to say. One thing I forgot to mention in part 2 with the gear and everything, or it could have been part 1. Not sure, confused here. When you're doing datacrons, of course it's always nice to get them off because you can get the little bonus at the end. But mostly you want to get willpower and endurance. Like with your augments, I think I already said that before. I like to use willpower because it mostly helps with the force. Well, I am pretty much all done here. Um, One thing I did want to say for also, this helps since we're talking about the damage and stuff like that. This right here, Mind Sap, it's an interrupt. Works great. Like I said, it interrupts the target's current action and prevents the ability from being used for 4 seconds. Love it, love it, love it. This worked well in PvP. Well, like I said, this has been a peach. I am done. This ends a 3-part series of the PvP Sage Healing. This is your PvP Master, Siltha Azayor. I am happy to take any questions you have for me. And, well, good luck with PvP. May the Force be with you. Also, remember to have fun. This is a game to have fun. Enjoy yourself. And if you see little wackos sitting there throwing a fit over it, well, that's because they have no life. Alright? Heaven forbid they got no life. Alrighty, I will see y'all later. Toodles!